that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
You know. Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like I ain't.
What's going on, family? I'm your host, Brother King Cam, and welcome back to the Campaign TV show, where we have dope conversations with dope people, man. Y'all see the title of the show tonight, man. If you have not been keeping up with the news, man, a lot of what has been trending on Twitter is the untimely passing of Brother Kevin Samuels. The untimely passing of Brother Kevin Samuels, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, because I got a interesting perspective on it from the information that we know right now. I got an interesting perspective from it on the information that we know right now, but I also want to make this a call-in show. So I want people to have the opportunity to call in and to give their thoughts on Kevin Samuels, his work, and his untimely death. But before we get into that, family, I need all of you all to hit that like button. Hit that like button so that we can go ahead and get as many people in here as possible. Hit that like button, and in the process of doing that, we're going to spend just a few minutes sharing this out to as many people as possible so that we can get as many people in the room and get ready for the discussion. Slide over to the comment section. Let me know what city, what state that you in. Again, let me know what city and what state you are in the comment section so we can get rocking and rolling. But before that, man, let me go ahead and drop this Brother Ben X while we send this out to the world. All right, family?
We used to stay in one room, Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom. We used to stay in one room, Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Little devils prayed for my doom, won't apologize for the boom. To answer your question, I'm rapping, I'm wrecking. Yeah, mixtape coming soon. You didn't expect me to fly, really don't know why. Got it by the most high, I ain't even gon' lie. Yeah, God made me a star, then he blessed me with a car. That's a clean black fit, yeah, he making me a fit. My brother tried to throw shade, we ain't even got debt. Hating cause I'm getting paid, the teaching's got a brother said.
It gives me pain, bigger than any hypocrite or envious believer that did not like me. I don't give a damn who don't like me. If Allah loves me, what do I care?
We used to stay in one room, Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom. We used to stay in one room, Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Boom, boom, they weren't prepared for the boom. Devils prayed for my doom, they weren't prepared for the boom.
I just have to tell him and keep it 100. All praise to Allah, I
Came out that jump.
know you my brother, no matter the money. Big back on the north,
Ain't no Muhammad.
cause we was abandoned down in the slums.
Yeah.
12 years old with a gun.
Yeah.
My mama reckon
Like a drag strip.
she shot a bird at the
Judge, yeah.
Who are you to judge? Yeah, I was on
Painkiller set.
and all shit. Slave blood in my heart, shit. I got the rotor guard in my heart, yeah.
Eating switches in the left
Ship, I turn the wheel
to a Jumbotron, yeah.
Maliki on Dean when I get it in.
I can't do no wrong, yeah.
I bow my head and say my grace before I take a breath and then I
Get it in, yeah.
I'm sardines in a tin, yeah. The putting reels on a binge, yeah. Cracking atoms in the laboratory, I'm a scientist
With a big head.
Angel of God, took a little bit of time to
Open up my wings, yeah.
We used to stay in one room. Almighty God made room. Devils prayed for my doom. They weren't prepared for the boom. We used to stay in one room. Almighty God made room.
Y'all make sure y'all share this out, family.
They weren't prepared for
That's what I've been doing. I don't know what y'all doing.
the boom. They weren't prepared for the boom. Boom.
Ready for that boom.
They weren't prepared for the boom.
Walaikum salam, Brother David.
Boom. They weren't prepared for the boom.
Sister Love.
Prayed for my
Brother Cedric.
They weren't prepared for the boom. We used to stay in one room. Devils prayed for my doom. They weren't prepared for the boom. We used to stay in one room. Almighty God made room.
All right, family. So that was Brother Ben X. Brother Ben X featuring Brother Shaquem. Boom. So make sure y'all slide over to Brother Ben. And matter of fact, man, he got a new single out. I'm going to play that single as well, featuring Young Con the Don. That's the summer anthem. When y'all hear that, that's going to be crazy. All right? That's going to be crazy. But listen, I need y'all to share this out. Brother David, if you could share this out, brother, on the big platform, man, that'll be sweet. That'll be super sweet. But I'm actually sending this out to my text list now. So those, but I keep telling y'all, you want to be on the text list. So you can get the direct links and things of that nature. So in order to do that, you need to look at the bottom of the screen and text the word podcast to 404-737-1030 so that you can be receiving these updates. So I'm actually about to send this text out right now. And all type of stuff come through the text line. All type of stuff come through the text line, all right? So y'all make sure y'all want to be tapped in on this. All right? So I'm about to send this out now. And then I send it out to a couple of different groups and stuff like that too. Oh, shoot, did I say? Oh, man, what button did I hit? Oh, okay, it said message sent. Man. So, yeah, so that way we can stay tapped in because you know how they taking us down off of these platforms. You know how they doing the Nation of Islam right now. You know they doing us dirty. So anytime we got an opportunity to connect offline, I need y'all to stay tapped in. It's definitely hot. It's definitely hot out here, man. Come on. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these shares up. Let's get these viewership up in here. I appreciate everybody that's in here right now, family. But, yeah, so let me pull this article up. The untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels. Man, yo, it was crazy because a lot of people can verify it. Now it's like on big major platforms. But remember, it took hours. I think it was Wednesday when the story broke. On Twitter, he was trending on Twitter. And nobody could confirm what was going on, though. Nobody could confirm what was going on. So, but it's hit all of the major platforms now. So let me pull this up so that we can read the article. All right, man. Just for those who may not know who Kevin Samuels is. All right, so let me share the screen. Okay, so this is Brother. Let me get that out the way. Okay, so this New York Times. I hate these pop-ups, yo. Might have to switch to another site. All right, the New York Times. Kevin Samuels, a polarizing YouTube personality, dies at 57. Styling himself as an image consultant, Mr. Samuels aimed his advice at black men and women, drawing a large following and a chorus of detractors who condemned his views as outdated and cruel. Kevin Samuels, a YouTube and Instagram personality whose blunt lifestyle advice aimed at black men and women drew a legion of admiring followers and a chorus of detractors who condemned his views as outdated and cruel, died on Thursday in Atlanta. So it was Thursday. He was 57. His death was announced by two friends and fellow YouTube personalities, Dennis Sperling and Melanie King. Mr. Sperling, who was also a lawyer, identified himself as a family spokesman in an Instagram post. The Atlanta police said he was found unresponsive on the floor of his apartment. No cause was cited. Describing himself as an image consultant, Mr. Samuels had transformed in recent years from a personal stylist into a social media celebrity who built his following on an image of plain-spoken, hyper-masculine authority, usually wearing a finely tailored suit. The approach brought him more than millions of followers on both YouTube and Instagram, and many of his supporters viewed him as taking courageous stands for what they call traditional views. In his videos and posts, Mr. Samuels urges followers to adhere to rigid gender roles. He largely evaluated women for their appearance and youth men for their assertiveness and money. He criticized women whom he saw as too career focused and asked questions suggesting women's interest in men was based mostly on their income. How much do you charge for submission? See, y'all missing, and even in this article, it's admitting the fact that he actually had things to say about the men. When you see a lot of the backlash that's happening on Twitter and on social media now is strictly coming from everybody who says that all he did was talk bad about black women, when clearly it states that he talks about men and is evidence to prove that. You can pull up his old YouTube videos, you can pull up clips where he got on the brothers too. Okay, he criticized, okay, we read that. And the messages were repugnant to many, especially women, who said his views were misogynistic and promoted a brand of masculinity that harmed the men who listened to him. More than 30,000 people signed an online petition asking YouTube and Instagram to remove Mr. Samuels, saying he had galvanized a community of men of all races and nationalities and outspoken hatred of women. I'm glad they pulled this out. I'm glad they pulled this out. I did a show on this. Exact petition, y'all. That just jogged my memory. I had to go back on YouTube and find the show. But I talked about that because they tried to say that he was galvanizing a community of men who were outwardly looking to do harm to black women. I'm telling you, as Allah is my witness, I'm telling you, I did a show on that. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to pull the receipts, yo. Wow, that's a fact. All right, on Thursday, when word of his death first surfaced, Mr. Samuels became one of the leading topics on Twitter, with many of the most amplified voices speaking out against him. Yeah, and we ain't gonna give these people no play. A lot of these people was some straight clowns and really clout chasing on our brother's name, honestly. So I don't got no respect for anybody who want to use the opportunity, especially if someone passes away, to try to clout chase and try to get your numbers up, get your clicks up. Like, that's trash. That's trash. And then the position that was taken by many of these dudes is Democratic, left, liberal, weak-kneed, no backbone, coon sellouts for the dominant society, for the open enemy. They shining shoes, licking boots, bending over for the open enemy. So we're not even going to give none of them no shine. We're not going to give none of them no shine. All right? So what I want to do is I want to pull up. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, I sent that out already. But I want to go ahead and get y'all to call in, because that's the bulk of the show is going to be y'all giving y'all thoughts. All right? That's going to be the bulk of the show. So let me put the number in the chat. Or should I have it scrolling across the bottom? We're going to have the number scrolling across the bottom. I don't know if I can change it right now. Okay, no, I'm going to put it in the chat. We're going to put the number in the chat real quick. So, look, man. Everybody got something to say? We're going to talk about it tonight. Everybody got something to say? We're going to talk about it tonight. And I'm going to leave the number on screen, so you can call in with your thoughts, family, at 678-719-2162. All right? The number is 678-719-2162. And to keep it a buck with y'all, after seeing all of this stuff and how everything went down, because more details are going to come out later. But now that my mind has been sparked about that petition, and the media was trying to create a narrative that he was galvanizing a community of men to actually go out and do violence against black women, this is the ultimate result that they was looking for. This what they was looking for. And this comes straight out of the playbook. This comes straight out of their playbook, family. Wow. This comes straight out of the COINTEL playbook. And I know some people say, hey, Kevin Samuels wasn't doing much that was going to upset the powers that be. He was talking about relationships. He's talking about men and women. But I honestly believe that the amount of attention that this brother drew to himself based on what he was saying was enough to have eyebrows raised. Because under the aggressive tone and the assertiveness and the viral clips, he was given a lot of game to help build strong black families. He was given a lot of game to help build strong black families. See, if the black family was strong in the condition that it was in now, the way that men and women operate now, there would not have been no Kevin Samuels because he would have never got no traction on social media. Y'all didn't think about that, huh? You didn't think about that, huh? See, if everything was peachy key, if everything was working how it was supposed to be working in the black family, there would have been no need for Kevin Samuels. He would have never got no play. He would have never went viral, right? He would have never went viral because people would be like, hey, bro, you know, we got it together over here. We got it together over here. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. So because that wasn't the case, then it made an opportunity, a lane for Kevin Samuels to get into. And what he's talking about, at the core of what he's talking about, is traditional black families. Men at the head, women after that, children after that. See? Men, women, children. God, man, woman, children. Traditional black families. But see, when the men got taken out of the black family structure, especially in the 80s with the crack pandemic, the 90s with mass incarceration, that period of time changed the dynamics of the black family. So it went from patriarch to matriarch. And it's been matriarch ever since. And the powers that be, the enemy now has fed the matriarch mentality. So now they have created these different groups for Me Too. They've created all of these different groups that cause women to be independent and dependent of the black man. Not independent in the sense of having a self-identity, being able to do things on your own and being able to be you. But no, be as independent as possible, meaning you disassociate yourself with the black man. Disassociate yourself with the one that you have to be in equally yoked with in order for you to achieve the oneness with God. See, Satan knew what he was doing. You missed the whole play. Brother Cedric said, teach. We got to do that because our people are all over the place. Let me see what Brother Joseph talking about. He said too many women and some men was only listening to part of his messages with their feelings rather than the harsh truth. That's an absolute fact. Because I'm going to draw this analogy. Many people can remember when they were small children. And our mothers would ask us to do things, right? Our parents would ask us to do things. They would say, come on, you know, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Could you do this for me, please? You know, they would talk real nice to us. And in the process of them talking nice to us, we wouldn't be listening, though. We wouldn't listen. So in our disobedience, the tone of our parents changed. And it wasn't until the tone of our parents changed that we began to behave differently. We actually started to hear what she was saying. She was able to get a different response out of us based on the type of tone and the way that she delivered the message. I hope you're following what I'm about to say. So she would speak with us nicely and we wasn't hearing what she was saying. But the moment that she increased her tone, got a little more aggressive and assertive with us, now we heard what she said and our behavior changed and we started to do what it is that she asked us to do. Well, Brother Kevin Samuels could possibly have looked at the situation and said, hey, it's 1,000 relationship people, millions of relationship people out here talking to you nice about what's going on. But who's going to be the assertive one? Who's going to give you the raw truth that will actually help to change your behavior? Kevin Samuels ain't the only relationship person in the world. He wasn't the only person giving relationship advice. There's plenty of books. You got plenty of pastors that write books on relationship advice. So you could have got it in the nice manner that you was asking for. You ain't had to get it from Kevin Samuels. But people called into his show. See, the pastors didn't have them thousands of people on the live stream. The pastors didn't have them thousands of views and millions of views on YouTube. See, they won't get in that. Kevin Samuels got that because he changed the tone, which changed your behavior. Oh, wait a minute. See, Kevin Samuels got the reaction that he got because he changed the tone, which changed the behavior. And then through reverse engineering, now that he got your attention, now let me break it down on how we need to go ahead and set this family structure back right. All right? That's what Dr. Collins said, bro. Somebody got to be strong. Somebody got to be strong. All right, so look, the call-in number is 678-719-2162. Who wants to be the first caller for the night? Who wants to be the first caller for the night? The number is 678-719-2162. Call up. I want to hear your thoughts on the untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels, and what are your overall thoughts of what brother was doing and the work he was doing in the community? Because even though people did not like the delivery, brother had a lot of truth and realizations. A lot of people said that he was a mirror for a lot of us, a lot of people in his target audience, a lot of women. It was a mirror. You know, I'm not going to go all the way into that, but I want to get your thoughts. All right, so go ahead. Call in number. The call in number 678-719-2162. 678-719-2162. Who wants to be the first to call? Hold on, let me do this first too before y'all call in. I'm about to mess up. I gotta connect the phone. Y'all. Roadcaster. Boom. Do I got it on? Oh, let me cut it on. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, bet. So now you can call in. We wouldn't have been connected. All right, so the call-in number is 678-719-2162. I want to get your thoughts on the untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels. Brother Joaquin, the enemy has conditioned the black female into a state of generational rebellion against the authoritative position of the black man. Hence, we have a contesting culture of dysfunction between the black man and black woman. Absolutely. They didn't have a problem with how he was speaking. They had a problem with what he was saying. That's heavy. Brother Joaquin, let me put that up here. Brother, come on, Brother Joaquin. You might as well just call on up, brother. Let me move that down here. You might as well just call on up and give us what you got. Give us what you got. It says, Brother Joaquin, man, with a powerful statement here, family. I think that's profound, because the truth will cut you. The truth will cut you if you're not living right, if you're not doing right. And this is my whole thing. Because if everything was okay, then we would not have all the problems that we have. There would not be such a high divorce rate. There would not be so many single black women, right? There would not be, all of this stuff happening with the brothers. So there's something wrong. So the fact that we don't want to admit that something is wrong, and when somebody highlights something that's wrong, then we become the enemy. Because there are those who see the views that the minister has given the same way they did with Brother Kevin Samuels. The only difference, the thing that keeps them, and I'm not talking about spiritually, but the difference outwardly that people see is that the minister, is the minister. So it's like it ain't only but so much you gonna say. You feel me? It's only gonna be so much you gonna say, and you're not gonna say it in public. So whatever it is you say, you gonna say it behind closed doors, because you're not gonna say it in public. Kevin Samuels don't got that kind of juice. Kevin Samuels didn't have that kind of juice. So because brother don't got that kind of juice, they said we can abuse him. We can abuse that brother. You understand me? We can abuse him. Absolutely. A hit dog always holler. And that's what I put on my page earlier. Because if nothing he said applied to you, you wouldn't have no problem with Kevin Samuels. You'd be like, man, the sisters, he said he teaching. If you was doing that, if you was the help me, right? If you was in a successful relationship, you wouldn't be bothered with Brother Kevin saying.
Unknown caller.
Okay, hold up. We got a caller. Family. Hold up. Hold on, family. Hold on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, greetings, family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hold on, family. Hold on.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's your name and where you calling from?
All right, greetings, family. What's your name and where you calling from? Brother Cashapp Campaigntvshow, Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. You gotta brother, do you got can you cut the volume down in the back? Because I can hear you echo. You gotta cut the computer volume down.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Can you I can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's your thoughts, big brother?
Yes, sir. My brother, my thoughts. It's hurtful. At the same time, with knowledge and understanding, we gain acceptance of our reality. So, brother Kevin was a wise brother. He was a very studious brother. He maintained an excellence in his expression of his logic, but his logic was based on what we often teach in our studies within the nation. And that knowledge and that logic was beneficial to the black man and the black woman from an exterior position from our own teaching. And we gained some clarity, we gained some understanding from his platform because he was presenting the black man in a respectful, logical, scientific, caring, and even at times an emotional position that was missing from our social media activity. And I believe most of us in our ignorance, we denied him because black people have a problem with accountability from black masculinity. And when the black man speaks to hold our people accountable for our missteps, we often attack him with vitriol because the black man's been so demeaned and belittled in our society that we don't see him as a position of value, let alone authority. So Brother Kevin Samuels was a threat to the social construct of how things have been for the last 40 to 50 years amongst our people as a culture. And he was correcting many of the wrongs, and those who have been benefiting from the sinful thoughts of vanity and pride, deceptive profit, those that were benefiting from such conditioning, had a problem with deceptive, and they actually rejoiced. Those that were benefiting from such was one of the worst activities our people have conducted, because we had a problem with how he was speaking. Yet many of those same women have reared their children speaking in a worse tone and fashion to their own children for a position of obedience or acceptance of a lesson. Yet you have a problem with a man that speaks in a respectful tone from a fatherly or authoritative position of knowledge and study. And you have a problem with that because it's holding you to accountability. So it's a disturbing reality, yet it's our reality. And it shows how far lost we are as a people.
Man, thank you, brother. Man, I appreciate your call, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Man, family. Whoo! I told y'all. The harsh reality is the fact that there is something wrong in our community, and we all know that. But nobody wants to step up to the plate and say it. Now, this highlights even more why the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is so important. The training. Because if Brother Kevin Samuels had them general orders, he would have been moving a different type of way. I told you, he was targeted because he was low-hanging fruit. And when I say low-hanging fruit, because of the way he moved, they knew he was a soft target. But watch. I'm gonna be posting with the minister teaching. The black man has to restore himself on the throne of power. And you do that through self-improvement. But you first have to admit that there's something that's wrong. And black women have to allow the black man to restore himself to power. You have to. Yes, Sister Ann. Yes, Sister Ann, it's true. You have to allow the man to restore himself to power. This is what men do. We assert, we aggressive, we take charge, and we make things happen. The Bible says that we were created in the image and likeness of God himself. God takes charge. He ain't asking permission. He's coming in and he's executing. And we have that same nature within us. So are you saying that we're not able to execute in our nature based on the way that you feel? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not going to work like that. Not gonna work like that. Now, did we agree with everything that Brother Kevin Samuels was saying, the way that he would seem to berate some women sometimes? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We didn't condone that. But there's a lesson in everything. So while Kevin Samuels should have been corrected on his tone, check this out. He said this many times when women would come up on his platform and he would be discussing certain things, or he would start talking to them, and he would ask them after they would do certain things, do you have a father in the household? Because he would begin to see that there's a lot of disrespect that happens in conversation and communication that he would pick up on, which is just subtleties that show that I don't really respect the person that I'm in conversation with, because I'm going to talk over and I'm going to cut them off. I'm not going to let them finish their thought, right? These are all different type of things that the brother would see and highlight on. And these are very important factors, because verbal abuse is real in relationships. Verbal abuse is real in relationships. Let's see, Brother Eddie Johnson. What Brother Eddie talking about? Let's get your comment up here on the screen, brother. Unfortunately, our beautiful black queens were socially engineered to be masculine. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because the black man was taken out of the household, this is what happened. And I need y'all family to share this out so that we can get as many, double the amount of people that's in the room right now. Share this out on your own platforms. Let them know that we live right now. It's a call-in show. It was no fault of their own, just like the gangster rappers were socially engineered to inject division, destruction, and death into the black community. Absolutely. I agree with that. It was not their fault. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. The minister has taught us that. That's why it's important to have a understanding and proper understanding of knowledge itself. All right, family. So look, I want y'all to call in. The call-in show is up here on the screen. Call-in show number is up here on the screen, 678-719-2162. 678-719-2162. Come on, share your thoughts, family. Share your thoughts. This is beautiful. Honestly, I'm having fun. This is beautiful. I want to hear y'all thoughts, though. The comment section is rocking. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Brother Cedric, Honest Dripping, what's going on? Peace, God. Sister Ann. Brother Eddie. Who else? Oh, Sister Love, always supporting the show. Sister Love is faithfully supporting the show. Peace to the family. So the comment section is jumping right now. And I need y'all to call in. Brother Joaquin. Absolutely. So look, man, the call-in number is 678-719-2162. All right? 678-719-2162. Call in. Let me hear your thoughts, family. Call in. Let me hear your thoughts. All right? Because this is something that needs to be discussed. This is something that needs to be discussed. Needs to be discussed. Oh, my goodness. My boy, Brother Ben is wilding. Oh, and the process. Look, before y'all call, let me introduce y'all to the new single Brother Ben got. We're gonna get back to this conversation in a minute, but let me introduce y'all to this new record that Brother Ben X got. All right, family? And then we'll get back to the call-ins, all right? So let me pull this up like this. Yeah, we don't want to hear. We got to skip the ads. Yeah, skip that ad. Skip that ad. This the new single. This the new single. If y'all ain't heard about that digital real estate, if y'all ain't on that digital real estate, family, if you ain't on this, huh? If you ain't on this, let me move the number out the way. If you ain't on this, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Quit my 9 to 5. Brother Ben X featuring Young Con and Don, man. Y'all listen to that, man. We're going to get back to the call-in show in a minute.
Brother BNX and Young Con and Don. I said I'm finna go live. Brother BNX and Young Con and Don.
I'm finna go live, put my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live, put my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leap, so I went and took a dive. Dive to do for self on my own. Bossed up, got a car and a home, and I did it on my phone. I'ma show you how to get it strong. Get the bag and it don't take long, and you don't need a loan. You don't need a boss or a master. Get the right team and it's faster. This a new chapter. Gotta learn the business in the game. Every day new money, new change. Adapt to the lane. It ain't about the bread but the brain. Work hard, play hard, new fame. No more chains. No more chains. I'm finna go live, put my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live, put my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive.
I'm finna go live on IG. Sorry, but a 9 to 5 is not me. I'ma do for self until I die. You already know the vibe when I speak. Do not sleep, cause the 20 months made 91K. What you doing 40 hours, I can do in one day. With digital real estate that I own, all I need is Wi-Fi and my phone. Get into it, pursue it, I show you how to do it. You got a gift inside you, but you never knew it. Let me put you in the game, I've been a coach. Everything I do is dope, man, I'm finna go
live, do my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leave, so I went and took a dive. I'm finna go live, do my 9 to 5. Finna go home, boys, finna be a vibe. Finna be a vibe. They say take a leap, so I went and took a dive. Went and took a
Brother BNX and
Yeah.
Young Con and Don.
Yeah.
Brother BNX.
Hey, I'm on the remix.
Young Con and Don.
I'm on the remix. That's a fact. I got the verse. I'm getting the verse lined up right now. I'm getting the verse lined up right now on the remix, family. Uh-oh. Shut up. Yeah. So that was that commercial break, family. That was the commercial break. That's that. The mighty FOY. The mighty FOY, man. See, y'all thought all the positive brothers, we ain't had no flow. You thought we rapping about stuff and it was trash and all that kind of stuff. Nah, that's the joint right there. That's the summer anthem right there, man. I'm about to send that to the squad. I'm about to send that out to everybody like, yo, bump this. All right, so look, man, if you are just coming in to the Campaign TV show, I'm your host, Brother King Cam, man, and we are discussing the untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels. Call-in show. So I need y'all to hit the comment section. Let me know what city, what state you checking in from. Secondly, I need you to share this out on your platforms. Let's get this number up. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to Brother Malcolm in the building, man. Me and this brother go back. Got the show up mic, brother. We got everything. It's lit. So shout out to my brother Malcolm in the building. So I need everybody, again, to share this out on all y'all platforms so that we can get the numbers up, family. All right, like and share. And yeah. And then, of course, make sure y'all can catch this over on YouTube tomorrow. Anybody that misses it, you'll catch the playback tomorrow on YouTube. All right, so look, man, we got the call-in number here. We talking about the untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels, man. And, man, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what y'all got to say on the matter. I want to hear y'all thoughts, and I want to hear what y'all got to say. Those who don't know what's going on Thursday, when word of his death first surfaced, Mr. Samuels became one of the leading topics on Twitter, with many of the most amplified voices speaking out against him. And I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to dignify none of these clowns that came out speaking against somebody that just passed away. I'm not going to do that. And he's the same age as my mother. Well, he was born in the same year, 1975. 1965. So, but look, this part is key. This is what I want y'all to look at, because I did a whole show talking about this. Kevin Samuels, a YouTube. Hold on, let me pull it up so y'all can read it too. Hold on, because this is the Get You Gotcha. Pardon my desktop looking crazy. But look, Kevin Samuels, a YouTube and Instagram personality whose blunt lifestyle advice aimed at black men and women drew a legion of admiring followers and a chorus of detractors who condemned his views as outdated and cruel, died on Thursday in Atlanta. He was 57. Hold on. No, that ain't what I wanted to read. That's not what I wanted to read. That's not what I wanted to read. Let me find it, because this is a key point. And like I said, when they started this, they started a petition. Let me tell y'all, they started a petition on Kevin Samuels, right, to get him removed from social media. I did a show on it because I'm like, why is this brother being removed? Here you go again, trying to censor somebody who's speaking out. Whatever happened to our ability to exercise free speech? And at this time, they snatching a bunch of people off of these platforms. And I'm like, why are you trying to stop these people from getting a message out? Is the message that mainstream media put out, is that the only one that's supposed to be in the atmosphere? Who are you to determine what is good and what's not? Who are you to determine whose opinion should be listened to or heard and who's not? The president say a lot of stuff that's detrimental. He can say a lot of stuff that's detrimental. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, them CNN pundits, Joy-Ann Reid, Don Lemonade, they say all type of stuff that could be detrimental. You know, they sit up on TV and advocate for men who are born men to be going in the bathrooms with little girls and women. They advocate for stuff like that. So I don't think they should be able to be on their platforms saying what they saying, but ain't nobody snatching them down. Ain't nobody snatching them down. See, if I didn't, I need to get more devices, because I actually could be streaming Instagram live on this too. I got to get another device, y'all. I got to get another device. We might have to take up some donations so you can help your brother get another device so we can be streaming Instagram live too. Because I think this is a good conversation for the Instagram family to be tapped into. Okay, but let me get back to my point. So the messages, here you go. The messages were repugnant to many, especially, hold up. Let me make sure y'all can see this. I don't think, oh yeah, y'all can see it. Okay, cool. The messages were repugnant to many, especially women, who said his views were misogynistic and promoted a brand of masculinity that harmed the men who listened to him. This is the key piece. More than 30,000 people signed an online petition asking YouTube and Instagram to remove Mr. Samuels. This is what they said. This is why he should be taken off of social media. Saying he had galvanized a community of men of all races and nationalities in the outspoken hatred of women. If you go read the petition on the show that I did on this, I read the petition. They were trying to say that Kevin Samuels was encouraging or insinuating violence. I'm telling you. They were trying to say that Kevin Samuels was insinuating violence against black women, and he should be removed from social media. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the facts. Shout out to Killeen, Texas in the building. This is what they were saying. They were saying that Kevin Samuels was insinuating violence, encouraging violence against black women. That's in the petition. And I said, oh, no. How you going to try to spin that narrative to create an atmosphere? I hope I said this in the show. If I said this in the show, oh, they in trouble. Oh, I'm going to be up all night. Because we're going back. We're going to find this episode. We're going to pull them clips and we're going to put them receipts out. Because one thing that I'm going to do is stand up for our people. You got to stand up for your people. And I'm not going to allow the mainstream media to spin a narrative on another black man to then turn the black community against that black man to create an atmosphere where they can then slip in the backside, and do harm to that particular individual. Not going to do that. But the more I read this and the more I'm thinking about this, if I said that in that show, because now it's making more sense to me now. It's making more sense how something like this can happen. See? Remember when Prince passed away and they said it was drug related? Y'all remember that? When Prince passed away, they did the same thing with Michael Jackson. It was drug related. Right? Then our brother, student minister Dr. Wesley Muhammad, comes out with a full-page report on how Michael Jackson was murdered. The evidence came out. The actual facts came out. Michael Jackson was murdered. He was not no drug user. But they had to paint that narrative so you could think, oh man, he was a celebrity. He was famous. He did drugs. He died. Do you know this is similar? This is similar in certain facets as far as a chemical assassination with Brother Kevin Samuels. Because see, it wasn't by knife. It wasn't by gunshot. They don't do that no more. It's chemical assassinations now. Everything is scientific because the science behind it will allow you to create a reaction. The substance will allow there to be an action created or reaction created that looks like natural causes, that looks like heart attack, that looks like, something that you would not suspect there to be any ill will or malice behind. Y'all better hear me. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I'm putting the pieces together. But as Allah is my witness, I'm going to go back and check that out. Because now, yes, sir, Brother Nathan, biochemical warfare. So look, man, I'm tired of talking. I want y'all to come up here and give me some of that good information y'all giving in the comment section. What's Sister Dominique talking about? Let's see, Sister Dominique. They removing anything that will help the black communities everywhere that will wake up the black man and woman to change for the right thing, for the best. Yes, ma'am. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%, Sister Boy. Anything that's going to get us back on track. Because remember, they're not promoting traditional black families. If you go to Black Lives Matter, they don't have traditional black families on there. If you see any of these commercials, any of these, pregnancy commercials, abortions and stuff, like all these commercials that deal with family, it's not the traditional black family that's on there. Now they trying to subtly put out images with women and men together. Y'all be seeing it even on like posters on promotional material in stores in the mall and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they promoting the same sex marriage and the same sex families. They're not promoting traditional families. Kevin Samuels was promoting traditional families. And they know and understand the power of social media because the black grassroots media has stopped a lot of the foolishness that they do in mainstream media. We stopped a lot of their initiatives. We done put a stop to, and we done debunked a lot of the narratives that they done tried to put out. We didn't even illegitimize all of their pundits, all of their people over there. Ain't nobody rocking with them. Nobody rocking with Roland Martin, Joanne Reed, Don Lemonade, Senator Scott in South Carolina, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. Ain't nobody messing with none of them people. Nobody messing with them. None of them. I can't think of her name now. But the sister that tried to go in on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Angela Rye, right? Jamel Hill. Like my sister Vicky Dillon said, a league of mammies. See? The Lom crew. You feel me? Like we done delegitimize all of them people right here from platforms like this, from podcasts like this. So the enemy know how powerful social media is. And Kevin Samuels had one of the most powerful platforms. So if he ever turned the corner and ever turned the corner, you know, in any other thing, or if he was allowed to continue the way he was going, their program was gonna be in trouble. Their program was gonna be in trouble. All right, they're trying to wipe out the black family. That's a fact. Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. That's a fact. Sister Dominique again. She got some good information right here, y'all. 80% of black women have been pushing to shut down any black person that hold blacks accountable in lots of classes just do not want to be held accountable because they never been held accountable. You have way more wretched black women who want to continue to be single mothers and teach their daughters to be single mothers. That's the teaching these days. Sister Dominique. That's the teaching. You don't need no man. You don't need no man to do nothing for you. You do everything yourself. And that's you want your women and daughters to be independent to a certain degree. Because they ain't supposed to submit to no chump. They're not supposed to be submitting to no male. You're supposed to submit to a man. You don't submit to a male, you submit to a man. So when the sister comes in contact with a real man, she'll know it because her nature is made that way. Her nature is made that way. To submit to the nature of a man who is made in the image and likeness of God. So his nature is the nature of God. She's created to submit to God. And until we understand that, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been teaching us that our homes will never be in the shape that they need to be. They'll never be in the shape that they need to be. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says 75% of the work is with the women. The messenger says 75% of the work was with the women. Why? Because he said there's no such thing as a no good woman. She was made that way by a no good man. So we now have to do the work with the women. The women got to be repaired. Because when the women are repaired, then the men will be repaired as well. So this is what's going on, family. So look, I need y'all to call in. The call-in number is 678-719-2162. Call-in number is 678-2162. I want to hear your thoughts, family. I want to hear your thoughts. All right, I want to hear your thoughts. We should teach our children to strive to be independent with each other as a culture. This will correct our condition of ignorance and subjection. Shout out to Brother Cedric X in the building. That's a fact. Yep, still like the devil, but the devil gives us nothing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, family. I need y'all to call in. I'm gonna start picking some people out the crowd. Lucky I can't call you. I start calling y'all on here. But Kevin Samuels, the untimely death, for those of y'all who are just coming into the conversation. Kevin Samuels, YouTube sensation, Instagram, YouTube, passed away this Thursday. He was found unresponsive in his home. And we're just talking about the backlash and the things that are being said about this brother. And like I mentioned to y'all earlier, I'm going to be getting to some research and connecting some dots because I forgot all about the petition to have him removed from social media. I forgot all about that and what they were saying he was doing. That's very important. That's a very important piece that many people don't know or forgot about. I forgot about it. So with this coming out now, it's like, you know, if you don't have that piece, then some people are going to be like, hey, man, you know, the brother just was wilding out. Well, when in reality, that could be farthest from the truth. That can be furthest from the truth. So, Brother David, if you're still in here, Brother David, man, what's your thoughts, brother? Call into the show. Let me hear your thoughts, bro. Call into the show. I got the call-in number. It was in the chat. But it's on the screen, too, though. So you can check it out. It's on the screen. 678-719-2162. You can call in right now. You can call in right now, family. Boy, I'm late. But yeah. So this is something heavy to talk about. Let me see if I can pull up some of those some of what Black Twitter was saying. Let me see if I can pull up some of what Black Twitter was saying. Come on, y'all can call in whenever y'all get ready. But we're not gonna be here all night. Everybody got a lot to say. And see, this is what I be saying. Y'all, everybody got a lot to say in the comment section when I be posting stuff on my page. I post stuff on my page. Everybody want to type these long paragraphs. But then when I do these call-in shows, y'all ain't talking about nothing. And I'm trying to figure out why. Do I know my Twitter login? And that's the question. Do I know the Twitter login? Oh, we might have it. Let's see. Well, yeah, y'all want to get on the comment section and do all that long talking and typing. And then when we do a call-in show, y'all act like y'all forgot how to talk. Y'all are mutes now. Oh, this is create an account. We ain't doing that. We trying to sign in. Because I want to show y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, what some of the things that they were saying about the brother after he had passed. All right. So y'all know I'm gonna show the receipts. What's up, Rod Taylor? What's up, brother? That's a brother. I don't know who did it, but I know something ain't right. I don't know who did it, but I know something ain't right. I can tell you that. All right, so let me go to search. See? And I want y'all to look at this. All right, so look, we're going to search Kevin Samuels. Okay, Houston, Texas.
Unknown caller. Call from. To accept, press 1.
What's going on, family? What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, man, seriously? You going to call in and then hang up? Which one of y'all did that? You're going to call in and then hang up. Don't do that, family. Don't do that. I don't know what this thing reloaded for. But, okay, so we're going to type in, because I wanted to show y'all some of the comments that people were saying about the brother Kevin Samuels. So we're going to follow we're going to click on the hashtag, bro. This is just, it's amazing how we do one another. Oh, this is my sister right here, Erica Lachey. I need to reach out to her to get her on the platform. Would y'all like to see her come on the platform and discuss this Kevin Samuels stuff? Hit the comment section and let me know. Would y'all like to see my sister on as a guest? Okay. What Kevin Samuel was saying was the same thing that Sister Shahrazad Ali. Oh, Sister Dominique coming with the smoke. Hey, if you go back and watch some of them old Shahrazad Ali interviews when she was on Donahue, she was on the circuit. Thank you, Sister Dominique. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to be working tonight. I'm going to be cooking up everything. But look. So let's see if we can look at some of these tweets. Somebody said they're delusional. Okay, now sis she's teaching over there. Okay. Off code. Y'all see what people saying, bro? Off code. Like, honestly. Like, and people try to say that Kevin was toxic. Okay, Houston, Texas.
Unknown caller.
Hold on. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from? Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, what's your thoughts? What are your thoughts, sis? Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, ma'am. What are your thoughts?
You're talking about our brother, Mr. Samuel. My thoughts about him is, I think he was kind of on the right track when he was talking to our people, but the one thing I have a problem with him is that he at times seems to kind of tear down our sisters, and it's not the way what he said is the way he said it, the way he came across, and I think a lot of black women had a problem with that because it seemed that he was nitpicky at things he said.
Mm. Mm. So do you think
Even the last thing he talked about, if a black woman isn't married by the age of 30, that she was going to die alone, and that it kind of was the way he actually died. He actually said his own death, actually. So those type of things, I don't think he should have been saying to women, if you're not married by 30, and just to me that was just very negative, and he kind of was talking to me when people talk a certain way, they're kind of more talking about their own life. So it seemed to me when I was listening to him that he had problems maybe with his own mother or the woman he was married to maybe, but it goes a lot deeper than when you have somebody that's constantly beating up one side and the other, and there's a woman keep beating up black men. You just go back to their own life and you go back to see if she has problems with her father or with the man she was married to or whatever. But it's some issues going on that we can't see.
well, I think you made a good point because yeah, those things can trace back. And I think a lot of what you said, okay. Shoot. Sister, can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Can you hang up and call me right back?
Hang up and call you on the same number?
Yes, ma'am. Same exact number. Just hang up and call me right back. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have her call back because it wasn't coming through the Bluetooth. So she should call right back. She should be calling right back, family. Because this is what this was a lot of women were saying about our brother. But again, the exact same thing that she said, a lot of black women was doing. A lot of black women do. Everything that she just mentioned, a lot of black women do. But they didn't get the same backlash that Kevin Samuels did. You see what I'm saying? She talked about how when you talk a certain way, there's usually something that's going on. I mentioned that earlier in the show.
Unknown caller.
All right, sis. I can hear you now. Yes. All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, because the audience wasn't able to hear you. They can hear you now.
Okay.
So yes, ma'am. So a lot of what you were saying though, that Kevin was doing, a lot of women do as well.
That's correct.
As far as the because on his show, and I mentioned this earlier in the program, where in his show, women would call up to his show and he would begin to have a conversation with them, and he would ask them, "Do you have a father?" And the reason why he would ask them that is because there's a certain level of respect that you have for an older man that you're talking to in a conversation. And a lot of young women that would call up there would display tendencies of not having that respect for an older male. And these are some of the things, these would be some of the things that he would be alluding to that a lot of women didn't want to accept. And then when he say, okay, well, you're not going to overtalk me on my show, the same way our parents would tell us, you're not going to overtalk me in my house. My mother used to tell us, you're not going to overtalk me in my house, right? and try to set some barriers of respect. They don't want to have that, and then they would say, "Oh, he's being disrespectful to black women." So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, I just feel like Mr. Samuels have many other issues that was going on that we don't see. There are some things that has come out. Again, we're not in his life, but from what I can hear, that he wasn't doing right in his own life. What I mean by that, he had kids, he had children that he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do as a man. And I think a man, whether you with the wife or not, that you're supposed to take care of your own. And he wasn't paying support like he's supposed to with his own wife. So I'm kind of like this, to me, how can you, like I say, how can you point three fingers and one comes back at you?
That's a good point.
And then they talked about when they showed the young lady he was with, I don't care who you want me, the white woman, the Spanish, whoever. But he was with somebody that's not of our own people. So I just don't like, if you're going to be black, be black. Don't be black, don't talk black today, and then behind the scenes, you doing something that's different. I'm for my people all the way, 100%. I'm married black, I got black kids, my mom is black, my dad is black. I'm for my people, period. I don't bounce around. And to me, he was kind of like, he talked a good game on his show, but behind the scenes, not so much.
So do you think so let me ask you this, because there are relationship therapists or relationship professionals prior to Kevin Samuels. There are going to be some after Kevin Samuels. Why wasn't anybody listening to the ones before Kevin Samuels that did not have the same delivery? Because you got to remember, you got TD Jakes got books about this. Mike Todd got books on relationships. There's plenty of pastors out here that got books on relationships. But there seems to be in our community, there's nothing being changed. It's still a lot of single black women out here. It's a lot of brothers out here that's not holding up their responsibility as being husbands, as being providers and protectors in their community. But some kind of way, Kevin was able to get that attention. So I just want to know what was the difference between their advice and his advice.
Well, he might have got some attention, but in a negative way. Okay? In a negative way. It can't be changed that way. You see, we're going to have to go back to the root of the Messiah himself. We're going to have to grab that Bible that some of us don't never read, and we got to go back to what he said for us to do. Not Kevin Samuels, not T.D. Jakes, or anybody else. We got to go back to what the word said for us to do. We done got far from that. That's the reason why we're in the mess we in now, listening to other people. We got to go back to what the word said for us to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you for your call, sister, and I appreciate your thoughts and your perspective.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. Ooh, there you have it. There you have it, family. So somebody said that Kevin had only one child. Kevin only had one child. He was married twice, and he had a daughter with his first wife. So sister said he had multiple children, but he didn't. Let's see, man. That was a good call. That was a good call. The caller is far gone. Is too far gone, unfortunately. Okay. Negative to women. It was positive to men and open-minded. Sister Dominique, she been going in. Let me see what she got going on in the comment section. Let me see what they talking about in the comment section. Is turn. Sister Dominique got a sermon in here. Let me see. Come on, y'all. Sister Dominique, you might as well call, Sister Dominique. Go ahead and call and drop that wisdom, y'all. The call-in number is 678-719-2162. Y'all might as well just call in. Kevin Samuels was not trying to tear down black one. It was tough love, critical thinking, constructive criticism, the same thing many other leaders try to say. And it was single black women who had a problem. There was black women who even had a problem with Malcolm X when he was trying to make black women see that they need to love themselves and build a family with the black man. Black women who never had a strong black father. Lee thinks it's rude or belittling when a black man speaks truth to black women and demand respect because have a black woman are very ratchet, loudmouth. They like to talk down on grown men, a grown man like a grown man is a child, and they are scared by black men that have their own and have some sort of authority. And that wraps it up basically to what you saw a lot on Brother Kevin Samuels' page. And this is what his platform was getting out. And again, we're not defending belittling, name calling, things like that, the jokes, all of that kind of stuff. We ain't defending that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to be going back talking about, Brother King Cam, he set up defending Kevin Samuels, calling women out their name. No, sir. No, ma'am. We're not defending that. But we talking about the substance of his platform. We talking about the substance of his platform. Certain things Kevin Samuels did was entertainment and antics in order to increase his numbers now. Y'all can't be thinking that everything somebody say online and do online is, 100%. And when I say that, some of the stuff is just done for marketing purposes. But the substance of what Brother Kevin Samuels was saying was, listen, it's a lot of women that got a problem with authority, especially when you're talking about a black man. And this is why I mentioned to the sister, what were your thoughts when she would overtalk, when sisters would get on Kevin Samuels' platform and try to overtalk him and get on and not listen, but want to speak all the time. See, that's a sign of disrespect. And this is what Brother Kevin Samuels was alluding to. And now women want to say, oh, well, because of what he said in response to her behavior, he's the problem. And they do that to black men all the time, family. So brothers, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is happening in our households, in our community on a daily basis. This is happening in our community on a daily basis, Brother Juan, where you will be talking to your significant other and be asserting your authoritative presence in the home. And because of your response to her behavior, because she don't want to hear that, she don't understand who you talking to, and she ain't got to listen to none of that, and she giving you pushback, and then you respond a certain type of way. Oh, now you have said something that you shouldn't have said that hurt her feelings. And now you are the one that need to think before you speak. You are the one that it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Then you get those lectures. Y'all feel me? Brothers, do you feel me? So this is coming from not wanting to be accountable for your behavior, sisters. The minister has taught on this. He said that mouth is a snake pit. That mouth is a snake pit, sisters, and you must learn to control it. Because it's only so much that a man can take. It's only so much that a man can take. So, sisters, you have to learn how to control that mouth. And that's all Brother Kevin Samuels was saying. Shahrazad Ali, sister, said the exact same thing. Oh, we cooking tonight, family. We cooking tonight. See? Yeah, we cooking tonight. We cooking tonight, family. See? The aggressive one. Not right. They always trying to flip it around. That's a fact, Brother Juan. You know they always trying to flip it around. See? And I'm going to teach on it. I can preach on it because I done been in it. I'm not telling you nothing that I seen in a movie. I can teach on it because I done seen it. Not that we don't be in the wrong, brothers, but there's an accountability factor for everybody. But there's a lot of women who don't want to be accountable for what they saying and what they doing. And that's the problem. It's all about the man. It's all about what he doing and not doing. But women don't have to clean up their act at all. And as I mentioned earlier in the program, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and our teachers said that 75% of the work is with the woman. Why? Because she has to learn to control that mouth. And understanding her power is so important. This is why the teachings is so important. Because when women understand their power, when women understand their worth, when they understand that they're the second self of God, then they'll be more conscious of their mouth. They'll be more conscious of how they look. They'll be more conscious of the power that they have in order to control and have men submit. You'll be more conscious to that. See? You'll be more conscious to that and understand that a real man won't submit, but he's going to have to assert his dominance. That's just the natures. That's just the two natures battling with each other. That's just the two natures battling with each other. And until we get a comprehensive understanding of that, by listening to the divine guidance in our midst, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, then we never going to get this right. We're never going to get this right because the minister has been giving us this teaching. The minister has been giving us the prescription that has the medicine that will cure the ills in the black community. Dealing on this topic tonight, male and female relationships. The minister has given us the prescription for that, but have we taken it? See, the doctor can write you the prescription, but if you don't go get the medicine and take it, then what good is the prescription? And you deserve everything that you get after you didn't take the medicine. You deserve it. You deserve it. So those of you that are just coming into the broadcast, I'm your host, Brother King Cam. We are at the Campaign TV Show podcast. We're discussing the untimely death of Brother Kevin Samuels. The call-in number, I want to get your thoughts, family, is 678-719-2162. The call-in number is 678-719-2162. Shout out to my Hebrew Israelite brothers in the building. There's a Twitter space I'm going to be going to a little bit later on tonight, family. But the call-in number is 678-719-2162. I'm going to be heading over to that Twitter space in a minute, but I want to get a couple of more calls in before we shut this down. But this is very important. The minister has been among us giving us this information. He's been giving us this teaching. He's been telling us we got to clean up. Brothers, we got to get back on our game. We have to understand the knowledge of self. Understand that you got to line your mind up with the mind of God, with the mind of Christ, so that you can be now reintroduced to the throne. And then once you're reintroduced into the throne, then the black woman would submit. Once the work has been done with her, her nature will allow her to submit. And then you'll start to see the forming of traditional families and the longevity of traditional black families in our community. Brother Kevin Samuels came from another aspect. He didn't come from the spiritual aspect that the minister teaches from and is divinely guided with. But Kevin Samuels came from another perspective that took the internet by storm and was challenging brothers now. Challenging brothers. You got to bring the A game to the table, or you should not be out here wasting the time of these women. Brothers, you have to bring the A game to the table, or do not be out here looking to date or to court any women because you ain't ready. You're not suitable. It's too many brothers out here that's already got their stuff together. That's what brother was saying. But don't nobody talk about that. Don't nobody talk about that. It's all about who other people, everything else. Don't nobody want to handle their part of the situation. So the call-in number, family, is 678-719-2162. The call-in number is 678-719-2162. I want to get at least two more calls in. I want to at least get two more calls in tonight on the untimely passing of Brother Kevin Samuels. For those who would like to be a part of the text community, text the word podcast to 404-737-1030. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You will be able to receive text alerts directly when I'm going live on Instagram, live when I'm on Facebook, on the podcast, all the information, any events and things that I have coming up, special discounted prices on products. You're able to get all of that information through the podcast community. So text the word podcast to 404-737-1030 to join that community. Also, if you would like to purchase your brother's book, The Enemy is the Enemy, 4 Ways to Stop Self-Destructive Behavior, very important. Sisters, you need to get this, because if we was working on that self-improvement, if we was working on the things that we need to do with self, then we would not be blaming other people for why we act the way we act. Regardless if it's Kevin Samuels, if it's your husband, if it's anybody close to you, we're not blaming them because we taking accountability. And we're going through these steps right here that's in this book that handle 4 ways to stop self-destructive behavior. See? So if you would like to purchase this book, go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram and click the link in the bio. Go to my Instagram, click the link in the bio, and you'll see The Enemy is the Enemy, 4 ways to stop self-destructive behavior. Go ahead and purchase your book now, family. All right. Don't miss the big picture. I wrote it in my last comment. Hold on, Rod. Just come on the show, Rod. Oop. Got a little summer cold. I need you, Rod. Come on so you can just talk about it. Because I can't even scroll up. I can't scroll up. I would like to call in. Okay, Dominic said I'd like to call in. She been giving a lot of good game in the comment section, though, family. She said she'll call in next time. But she is giving a lot of good game in the comment section. See, Brother Eddie said he didn't get married until 35 when he got his stuff together. Yeah, man, we ain't got time to be wasting time. We don't have time to be wasting time. Brother Rod got me going back and forth in the comment section trying to find his comment. I need brother just to go ahead and call up. Well, I don't know what y'all doing. At 11:30, brother must either be at work or in the bed. But he active online because he typing in the comment section. Let me see what Rod talking about. Okay, no, that ain't Rod neither. The Kevin Samuels Show was independent black media with the goal of rejuvenating the black family or rejuvenating the family. His message also threatened the single black women's unnecessary contribution to companies that target and prey on them. Any that tries to create independent black media on a large scale will be destroyed, asked Bill Cosby. Ooh, that's a heavy fact. 678-719-2162. Come on, Brother Rod. I'm waiting on you, brother. The number is 678-719-2162. Come on. Because I like what you said in the comment section. And I talked about this. Black men with influence and resources are under attack. Black men with resources and influence are under attack right now. And they've been for quite some time. And this is what I'm saying. People talk about how toxic Kevin Samuels was to black women, but the behavior and the response based after his passing, after his passing, are we going to talk about how toxic that is? Are we going to talk about how toxic that is? Look at the pot calling the kettle black. Kevin Samuels was toxic and he was bad for the community. He was divisive. If is not what we saying right now in response to his passing, not divisive? Is that good for the community? Is that not toxic? And I don't even know what these words are. Hypermasculinity, all of this kind of stuff. Like, how can a man be too much of a man? Because masculinity is manhood, asserting dominance. Hyper means extra.
Unknown caller.
Okay, let's see. About to call it in.
Call from unknown caller.
You gotta turn the volume down in the back on your device. You gotta turn the volume down. And what's your name? Where you calling from?
Brother Michael 35 at Chicago.
Brother Michael 35X. What's going on, black man? What's your thoughts?
Man, brother, I like what you're saying. I want to say first and foremost, prayer, condolences, and may God be pleased with Brother Samuel's family. With his passing.
Yes, sir. Hold on, Brother Michael. Y'all can't call while somebody's on the line, family. Hold on, brother.
To accept, Michael. Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Y'all can't call while I'm on the phone. Y'all gotta wait until brother get off the line, then call back. So whoever just called in from Philly, call back after this call. Go ahead, Brother Mike.
Call from
Rod Taylor.
To accept.
Hold on. Still in the back. Oh, the whole thing hung up. Brother Michael, call back, brother. Gotta get Brother Michael back on the show. Brother Michael, call back. Y'all can't call at the same time. The number is 678.
Unknown caller.
Brother Michael 35X.
To accept,
All right,
press
Brother
1.
Michael.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, dear brother. We got you back.
Call from,
Brother
Yes, sir.
call from.
Rod Taylor.
Boy. All right,
To
y'all.
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, so what's your name and where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Call from.
Rod Taylor.
Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Brother Rod?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, man. I like the show, man. But nah, that's basically, I gotta say, I always think objectively. You know what I mean? There's a good chance that he could be doing what he did, and it happened how they said it happened. But I mean, when you look at the way he was growing and his, the effect of his message. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't the thing I did not like about Kevin Samuel. I think that a lot of women missed his message because of his delivery, and I think that he could have reached more women and got his message through if, he went about it in a different way. And I think there was a lot of good women that could have used his message. But, everybody can't take, certain words the same way. But I think a lot of women could have benefited from his message. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think sometimes he, and like you said, in the controversy, but when you look at whether it's music, whether it's a podcast, whether it's just pure entertainment, it's fine when you are feeding the machine. But when you're independent and the money is going straight to you and you don't have to pay, the industry is not going into certain people's pockets, you know what I mean? Then they have a problem with that. So you look at that's independent black media, and if you know anything about war, the first thing they do is take over the communication.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got a brother out there independently communicating, to the people, his message is one trying to, again, like I said, rejuvenate the black family, the relationship, getting black women out of this, machine where they're just paying unnecessary money to these companies for unnecessary things, to teaching them how to be a backup for the black man. Because once black women, kind of get in the mind state of being behind their man, that's going to make the man stronger. And that, and I don't know, I don't think it's a secret to anybody. That's not something a lot of want.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? So, you got to understand that, that's a danger. It's a danger to a lot of industries and a lot of companies, big business. You know what I mean? And we've lost a lot of people thinking that it was just a rare occasion. But, there's reasons why these people, fell into what they fell into. You look at Bill Cosby, so people don't know, he was trying to be, buy NBC and start independent black media. And you see what happened to him.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You look at Kobe Bryant. He was in a class action lawsuit with pharmaceutical companies, and you see what happened to him. And, all we see is the outside story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But there's a reason why we have no black leaders. There's a reason why we have no black leaders. When something goes on in the white community, at Madonna, like we look at Beyonce, they're not looking at these rock stars like we looking at these rappers. They got real leaders with armies and weapons and power. And whenever we get somebody that even gets a tenth close to that, for some reason they go to jail or disappear. So we got to really start protecting our guys and protecting our women of prestige that's really, trying to strengthen the community and really look into things and, stop taking things for face value.
And again, I think a lot of women need to go back and listen to some of Kevin's stuff because again, some of the stuff he said was off-putting, and I think that his message was what was meant for women that could use it because of the way he came off. Now, it was funny, it was very entertaining, you know what I mean? But everybody is not, doesn't have thick skin. A woman had to have thick skin to really get Kevin's message. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So,
but that's it. I don't want to take up too much time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And I want to pose this. I want to pose this question though, because Kevin Samuels had been on social media way before the average at best clip that went viral. People just didn't know about him, right? And he had a different delivery at that time. So I think it's safe to say that he used the delivery aspect to get the attention. Once he got the attention, then you lay the message. I'm not agreeing because even after he got the attention, he would still say some different stuff. And like I said, he doing stuff in order to create a buzz or create a viral moment and things like that. But I'm just dealing with specifically the foundation of the platform. And that was another piece where you talked about he built the platform where it was paying him directly. And people did not like that he was using it in that manner. But again, he didn't get that way until he used that manner. So you see what I'm saying? Like if you're doing something clean, and this is why people say the same thing about positive hip hop, right? If you're doing something clean and good, ain't nobody trying to hear that. But as soon as you cuss somebody out, as soon as you say something provocative, now everybody want to share it. It's a viral moment now, and then it's you shouldn't be building the platform like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
You gotta understand is when you look at people who are independent entertainers, have an independent message. Even you look at the minister, how they took him off of social media. Anything that's directly empowering the community that cannot be controlled or influenced by them. You look at what they had a multi-million-dollar plan for rap music, how they transformed it to an empowering industry for us to what it is now. Yes, you know what I mean? So you can't underestimate. They don't want us. That is a number one weapon for us to empower our community.
That's right.
You know what I mean? When our speech is untampered with, unfiltered, and uncontrolled, even when you look in the music industry, or you take Dave Chappelle for instance. Oh man, we'll give you $50 million. We'll give you whatever you want. And when soon as he said no, he tells you how he felt his life was threatened. That man went to Africa and left, and they was about to do something to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we really gotta look at the little things and look at the messages and really get anybody that's trying to influence our community in a positive way, because we have no leaders. Anybody that's willing to risk their life, anybody that's willing to put themselves out there in the name of the Black community, we have to appreciate them because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. We have no leaders because they all are killed or sent to jail. So anybody that's brave enough to put themselves in a leadership position, whether you like it or not, you got to support it. Or they dying in vain, they going to jail in vain. You see, Bill Cosby, he tried to buy NBC, start independent Black media for us. And next thing you know, he's a rapist in jail and everybody's laughing at him, making memes. And it's unfair to people who are being brave, trying to put themselves in a leadership position. But that's all. I'm going to let you carry on with your show. Thank you for having me on, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for calling, Brother Rod. I appreciate your thoughts, brother. You have a blessed night.
Yeah, no. You too.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate brother for calling. Only thing I would disagree with is specifically when he said there's no Black leaders, because we still got the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has influenced millions of brothers to step up to the plate and has taught us how to become leaders in our community. And it's on us now, because the minister is 88 years old, and it's on us now to become active in our community. And like Brother Rod said, support the platforms, support those who are on the front lines and everything like that.
Unknown caller.
call from.
What's your name and where you calling from? I know this you, brother Michael. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Yes, sir. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I'll be brief, brother. I don't want to be one of those who a man made a sacrifice and we over critique the man and not take stock and value of the message. And one of the things that we hear often, brother, from our brothers and sisters, and they mean no harm. I don't agree with everything what the minister say, but I agree with some of the things he say. Well, you ain't heard everything he said. And for me, I haven't heard all the content of our brother Kevin Samuels. The few videos that I did catch, yes, the brother was assertive. Yes, he shut a couple sisters down when he was asking direct questions and they were very off in their answers. But I didn't see anything whereas he called them out their name or like that. So I never caught that content if that's out there. But like you said, brother, his message was impactful. And sometimes with our people, the shock and awe effect is what gets the attention. How many brothers and sisters out here who are teaching a good word that would uplift our people and you get 2 or 3 views on it? Something that will
teach on that.
Their life. Right? Something that will ultimately change their life. So when you get a little drama inserted in that, people, they'll go overtime on their lunch break. Hey, I gotta watch the rest of this.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So the scripture says that, brother, we are easily led the wrong way and hard to lead the right way. And so a lot of brothers, and I will say this, I don't want to use what they say. There's a lot of good black men who absolutely understand, love, the value of the black woman. However, we have offended each other. The sisters who have been in situations where their mother was the breadwinner and all this stuff, and now she reproduces herself after that, and they don't know how to deal with a man. But you don't beat the victim, you teach the victim. And you teach the victim in the spirit of love. And sometimes we take love out the equation and we go into teaching mode, right? But it's the way our minister teach, brother, even when he gets on us, you can feel the love in his chastisement.
Yes, sir.
So that's all I want to say, brother.
Man,
you're doing a big, brother, and this show right here with our brother the view should be off the chain. Why? Because it's something that will water and feed the soul. The good relationships start with effective communication. The sisters hearing from the brothers and the brothers hearing from the sisters. And that's the only way we can get to know each other with effective communication.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thank you, brother Michael. I'm going to pose this question to you, brother, because the last brother that called up talked about protecting those who stand up. Do you think that we have in the black community have failed in that duty? Because you look at this situation as one, you look at the Nipsey situation as another one, where there didn't seem to be, there's a lot of cheering from the sideline online. That's my man's, and go ahead. You know what I mean? That's my guy online. But when it comes to the actual support of, we got to make sure this brother in our city, we need to make sure that this brother good to go. We need to, making sure that we lock it down. And how our mindset is, we got, how our protocol is when we have an official that come into our city, or we have even a brother that is doing great works. He gonna have at least one brother, 2 brothers say, I'm gonna roll with you, brother, just to make sure everything is good. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, brother, like I said, our people are affected with a sickness called self-hatred. And so when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad came through with his security, when the minister comes through with his security, you got black folks saying, who does this N-word think he is? Right? Like we're not worthy of protection. When
most Christians don't really understand that the Christians was the biggest critics of Dr. Martin Luther King in his life. Now they lifted him up after his death, but while he walked with him, many churches closed the door and would protect their brother, right? Which was our brother too, when properly understood.
Yes, sir.
And so even to bring it up to modern day times, brother, some of the brothers and the athletes who stuck their necks, their careers out for us, the brother Kaepernick and all that stuff. You know, man, I don't know about boycotting NFL. That's my only pastime.
Right.
Come on, man. But you complain about the athletes ain't doing nothing for the community, but when they stand for something, ain't nobody standing for them. And so leadership has a price, and most of the time people don't follow you until after you did. And then they lift your name up and wear a T-shirt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, thank you, Brother Michael. Man, I appreciate you calling, brother. And man, may Allah continue to bless you and your family.
Likewise, bro.
Yes, sir.
Alaikum
salam. Praise be to Allah, family. Well, that is a beautiful note to end this off on, man. I would love to hang out with y'all all night. But some of us have somewhere to be in the morning. And I don't want to be the reason why we hanging up all night. And then we running late in the morning, family. So this was a powerful show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I need y'all to, if y'all enjoyed this broadcast tonight, I need you to put some flame emojis in the comment section. Put some flame emojis in the comment section if you enjoyed this broadcast tonight. If you would like to be a part of the text community, where you can get direct text message straight to your phone, you can text the number 404, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You can text podcast to 404-737-1030. And then you will be put into the podcast community group where you get clips of the podcast, linked directly to the live show podcast, information on events, things of that nature you want to be tapped in. And then those of you who would like to purchase this book right here, which is pivotal when it comes to self-improvement and making sure that we got ourselves together, and you would like to support your brother, then I need you to go over to Instagram and click the link in the bio and purchase the book. All right. Click the link in the bio and you'll be able to purchase the book. All right. So matter of fact, what I'm going to try to do to make it a little bit easier on y'all, because maybe some of y'all don't have Instagram. But if you are following your brother on Instagram, then go ahead and click that link in the bio. But you can follow me at Brother King Cam if you're not on Instagram. And it's Brother King Cam. Not with 2 R's, not with 2 M's, not with 2 K's. It's Brother King Cam spelled the regular way. Okay? It's Brother King Cam spelled the regular way. So let me take this, boom, and I'm about to put this link in the comment section so that you will have it. Somebody said I only have Facebook. Don't worry about it, Sister Dominique. I got you. I just put the link in the chat. Oh, thank you, Brother Eddie, for being a part of this. If you would like to support your brother's book, then you can go ahead and grab that. I just put the link in the chat, family. This is 4 ways to stop self-destructive behavior. The enemy is the enemy. And this is what the part we don't want to deal with. We don't want to deal with self. We don't want to have that accountability. We want to blame other people for why we behave the way we behave. We want to blame the stars and the planets and the alignment for why we behave the way that we behave, when really we are suffering from the trauma of slavery and never being repaired, never being restored. And we have to begin that journey of our own so that we can have self-repair. We got engrams, we got traumas, we got all of that kind of stuff that is in our mind that dictates and permeates through our mind that then triggers the behaviors that we have. So this is why you should go ahead and grab this book, because I talk about the self-improvement process here and I use my own real life examples. So that's the good thing about it, is I use my own real life examples, and I put the link in the chat so that you can click the link and you can go ahead and order your book. Those who order tonight, you'll be actually going out with the orders tomorrow. Those who order the book tonight, your book will be going out with orders tomorrow. So you'll be receiving that no later than Wednesday. If you order tonight, your book will be going out with the rest of the orders that go out tomorrow morning, and you will receive it this week, family. So you can click the link in the bio, support your brother. Thank you, Brother Rod, for calling in. Thank you, Brother Michael, for calling in. Thank that sister for calling in. Thank you all in the comment section. Sister Dominique, she says she's going to call in next time we do a show, family. Sister Emily Muhammad, peace and blessings. So, man, all of those who always tap in, Sister Love, Brother Nathan Fields, man, you know, the regulars. When I do this, I notice the people that's always showing up. So we got some regular supporters in here, family, and I appreciate you for always supporting the broadcast and independent black media. Y'all heard Brother Rod and Brother Michael talk about the importance of black media, and those who follow me understand the importance of black media because I talked about it as well. We have to support black media because we must control the narrative, family. So I am going to leave you in the greeting words of peace, as we say it in the Arabic language, of Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and I'll see y'all at the next show. Yes, sir, Brother Eddie. Go ahead, grab that, brother. Go ahead, grab it. I put the link in the comment section, and those who order tonight, your books will be going out in the morning. So they ASAP. And look, this is my autograph pen right here. This is my autograph pen. I've signed all of my books with this pen right here. So your book will be signed. You'll get a hand signature from your brother with a little message in there for support. So I appreciate y'all for doing that. But this is the pen I use to sign all of the books, family. So, man, may Allah continue to bless you and your family. And, man, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What?